starts now.
Fire Spirit from Mohamed Light. And a Fisherman in response from Pedro. After looking at the Fisherman, we automatically have to assume it's going to be a Royal Giant. Mohamed Light with the Firecracker as well, and you got to think Hog, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to think Hog, and you got to think we're in a best of 5, seeing the Fire Spirit coupled with the Firecracker and Hog Rider. Usually the last choice on the list. Well, Heal Spirit's probably the last choice on the list. Usually goes E-Spirit these days, then Ice Spirit, then Fire, then Heal. So Mo Light already thinking about Game 5. Should he potentially have to get there against Pedro?
And Pedro could be repeating what he used in game number 1, going in with another RG Monk Wizard deck. Even if it didn't work out in his first set, he clearly thinks that he's onto something with this deck. And, you know, I love the confidence. If you're going to win, you need confidence, and this is how you do it.
And now Pedro going to have to think about stopping that Mighty Miner as this game goes on. He's got the guards, he's got the E-Spirit, he's got the Fish Boy. Great ways to get on top of it. And, of course, doesn't have to worry about the reflection from the Monk like he did in game 1 of his previous set, which basically stole it from him. Friendly fire, if you will.
Both players waiting to hit 10 Elixir. Pedro, again, electing to leak. It's really interesting to see how he's playing a lot of these matches, allowing himself to leak when other players wouldn't.
Mo Light even leaking a couple Elixir there, then decides to cycle the Earthquake. And a Monk meets a Cannon. As Hog plus Guards goes opposite lane, Fishboy going to try to pull, activate King. Guards up high to pull the Guards and distract. Get a King Tower activation, but something needs to get on top of that Firecracker and Guards. We always say King Tower activated, but at what cost? And this is a massive spend.
Just so smart, so aware. As soon as the Monk goes down, there's a reason why Pedro was leaking so much Elixir. He knew that he couldn't afford to go in, and he didn't even wait till double. If you're going to wait that long, you have to continue to wait. Right here, though, this counter push can be a little bit deadly. Fisherman going to yank onto the left side.
One more? Does it get one more? And
it's that last shot.
18-24, 10-33. Usually you don't want to go in the same lane with Hog Rider. But when you've got that much damage done, AC, is there really an option to switch? And Mo decides not to with this Earthquake.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting to cycle the Wizard back there. You knew that your opponent wanted to take the shield off, wanted to cycle the Earthquake. I don't know what I would have preferred, maybe to place it high, but he doesn't do that. And now the Mighty Miner plus Firecracker plus Cannon, that's going to be an easy defense for Mohamed Light.
Mighty Miner back in cycle, Cannon down, Fishboy up high, so not able to pull this Hog. Nothing there for the Hog. Mighty Miner stays alive. That should be tower down. That is tower down. Mo Light takes game number 1. Coming your way. And that is a card we have not seen yet this weekend, I believe, the Demolisher, and that is why we love the best of 5 format. There's a lot of cards in this game, AC. Some of them get neglected.
But luckily, we have our hero, Mohamed Light, to fix that problem. Pedro on the other side, going to be running what we're used to so far this tournament. Ice Spirit, Skellies, Miner, going to his bread and butter, a Miner cycle deck.
You see right there, E-Spirit now used here in game number 2 by Mo Light.
And just like a lot of Goblin Demolisher decks, he is going to be running Drill. Ghost, I believe, gets a shot on top of the tower, and the opposing Ghost, and then gets the tower down to 27-65. Demolisher not able to explode on the Ghost, so a healthy Ghost going to need to defend.
A little Ice Spirit there, and Mo shaking his head. Pedro up by about 1. Berserker not going to be a threat. 27-65 to 2 untouched towers by Mo Light, who's had the only game without taking damage all weekend, I believe.
It's going to be incredibly difficult to do that against Miner, so if he does that again, I got $1 for him.
Big spender AC.
I mean, they're making a lot of money. So.
Already guaranteed $50,000.
Offensive Poison going to be able to take out the Goblin Hut, and Pedro's offensive push going to force out the Evo Snowball on defense. So always a good push when you can get that Evo Snowball forced out on defense.
This feels like a must-win game for Pedro in terms of confidence, in terms of running his comfort deck, being able to have a relatively good matchup. I can't imagine he takes another loss here and then is able to bounce back and reverse sweep. So let's see if Pedro can even things up here as we take into 1 minute left in regulation.
Another high Goblin Hut. We're seeing a lot of these players realize quickly on that you need to be doing that. You need to be applying pressure. And right here, it's just Evo Ghost Battle Royale. And there, the Goblin Demolisher does make it to the tower. And we're going to see if the Demolisher takes it out in time. And we're seeing why Mohamed Light loves this card. Yes, he hasn't played at this tournament, but he does use it quite often. And he's just so skilled with it.
I believe Riley was running a deck with Magic Archer and Goblin Demolisher. He made a video about it a couple months back, talking about how Goblin Demolisher is still very, very strong. No one's really been using it at all this weekend, and definitely putting in some work right now.
And right there, one of the Evo Skellies staying alive, but the Demolisher going to explode on top of everything and take out all the troops. Evo Ghost over the middle. and it will not splash on top of the towers until it gets frozen. I believe it splashed on top of the Ghost.
Drill goes into the right here, 2071 to 2418. Evo Snowball comes down, late bar barrel to clean up. 1897 remains on Pedro's bottom right tower as his miner chips away, shovels away to an even 22-22 top left for Mo. Minute 47 remaining here in overtime.
Beautiful Ghost right there. You're allowed 1 or 2, and this could be a pretty scary offensive push. Evo Ghost still not coming alive. Snowball on offense and a good defense from Pedro.
And Evo Skelly's going to work down the lane. Can't imagine we'll have another Evo Skelly moment, but we're all here for it. Goes high and in the middle with the miner, hoping the miner can tank for the right-hand side. But on the right side, the Ghosts are breaking through.
Right there, good E-Spirit. There's one full Ghost, one of the ghouls. Snowball on defense, and he's going to be able to protect his tower. Ghost, and what looked like that could be game over. Instead, defends beautifully like always.
Completely unfazed player can there was Mohamed. I thought we were going to have a blow open moment, if you will, there in terms of this game, and Light quickly slices that. Evo Snowball back in cycle.
And right here, Demolisher going to explode 2 minions off poison, and that was an extra shot. I believe that was I believe it was a Goblin, couldn't exactly tell, and that tower is now down 11-3.
Mo on the left tower, Drill right, anything happened, goes on the right tower of Mo, but Mo is heavily in the lead.
Left needs to figure something out. These E-Spirits are beautiful across everything, and I mean, I just don't exactly know. There's 1 minion,
Minion almost gets there.
12:45, 13 seconds left. One of the miners going to town. He's going to be able to get the tower low, needs to defend it. Evo Snowball forced out.
975 bottom left, 911 top right. Pedro now in the lead with 3 seconds remaining. Poison's in, Poison wins it, and Pedro able to come back in the final moments, and that's exactly what he needed to do, AC. Three lower bracket finals, 2025 World Finals. Let's go. Looking like maybe even a mortar mirror matchup.
Ice Wizard to respond to the mortar, minions to help out, and the skeleton barrel almost explodes on top of the Ice Wizard, but it's still going to be that's still going to be a shot. Wow.
Just in time. And Pedro looking like he's running the deck that Mo created, while Mo is running the deck that has been very popular here on ladder. And that is a big spend by Pedro. That ability is going to clean things up, get some good damage on tower.
Yeah, zapping away, killing the Berserker, gets the tower down to 23-91, and it's a very close game. Ice Wizard once again defending these mortars, and the Cannoneer is going to take it out just in time, getting the tower down to 2107.
23-91, 21-07 in a mortar matchup here. It's very interesting that Pedro has played a lot of mirror win-con matchups in these best of 5. Started out with Sub going back-to-back, now here with Mo. Game 3.
135 left, and both players just kind of stalling, waiting, and here's the push from Mohamed Light, and forget stalling, forget waiting, he's going all in.
And Boss Bandit there. He was to slow, but that ability should get a decent amount of value once again as the Boss Bandit turns around, does not dash to the Doctor, and the Doctor untouched crossing the river, got to spend even more. Does Pedro, 1957, 2066. The only grace he has is the fact that the Cannoneer Tower starts with less HP.
Evo Skeleton Barrel trying to take out the minions, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And Mohamed Light doesn't have a lot of elixir. Ice Wizard going to be forced out.
Does he have the Fireball? He does. That should be a lot. Oh, perfect gang there from Mo, knowing how this deck is built, considering he's the one that made it popular this weekend.
And right there, Evo Skeleton Barrel going to be able to lock onto the mortar, take it out completely. Minions in response, and a defensive mortar forced out as well.
With how expensive that Boss Bandit is and how it dashes all over the board, not really a great distraction for an opponent's mortar. So Pedro forced to use a mortar of his own defensively.
Goblin Gang at the bridge, trying to take it out in time, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Defensive arrows. Doesn't matter that the mortar's out, you still need to take care of the Goblin Gang. E-Wiz takes out the Skeleton Barrel perfectly. And here is another push from Pedro. This is just push after push, offense against offense.
Barrel gets in front of the E-Wiz there, Boss Bandit in. Cannoneer, excuse me, Cannon Cart plus Cannoneer doing a good job cleaning everything up. Dashes to the wrong side. And I don't know if that was an overspend by Pedro. We'll see if he can defend here.
Yeah, it felt like he didn't really get all that much value from those activated abilities. Skeleton Barrel popping on the right side, minions plus the Doctor on the left. And
you need something here to clean up this mortar. E-Wiz distracting enough. His mortar will distract. Cannon Cart comes down. Never what you want to see when you're running mortar.
And right there, we should see an Ice Wizard come down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. A pretty healthy mortar on the left side, and it's going to force out a defensive Goblin Gang, but not before he gets 2 shots, and not before it allows Mohamed Light to get aggressive again.
Another mortar down. Berserker to distract, but should get pulled out of range in just a second. No, it does not. Mortar comes down just in case for Pedro to play some defense. 18-28, 16-28, separated by 200 HP. That mortar will take the lead on the left-hand side if it's left undefended by Pedro.
Wow, and again, Mohamed Light, forgetting about the mortar, just going in aggressive with his Goblin Stein, and it's going to set himself up for another Evo mortar on the left, plus Skeleton Barrel.
Evo mortar almost locks again. Pedro gets his defensive mortar down just in time. Goblin Gang going to distract for one shot, going to need something else for the next.
Goblin Gang on defense with the help of the Ice Wiz, no damage, and again, Goblin Stein on the left, getting aggressive as he can be.
Sometimes the best defense, AC, is just a whole lot of offense, and that is exactly what Mo's trying to do here. Pedro really could not take that Skelly Barrel drop. He takes the damage, he takes some damage from some of the Larrys as well. 1787, 1321, 20 seconds remain.
At this point, Mohamed Light can defend and win out. The Skeleton Barrel does pop. The Ice Wiz does come down too low. 10 seconds
left. Can he get back to Fireball? Can he get back to Fireball log? Evo Barrel's in. Fireball. Log.
Arrows come down. What are the Skellies? But Mo still wins it. Mo still wins it. What are the
30 HP. 30, 23 HP.
Mohamed Light opting to go quick cycle miner. One of the most intimidating ways to see your opponent start. Seeing Mo play a bunch of cards in a miner.
Ice Wiz, Snowball, Evo, Bomber in support of the Skeleton King. Mo going straight control here. Imagine we're going to see a rocket. There's the log. Can he do what Pedro did to sub in the last set?
Yeah, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm thinking Mo has a great matchup. The Dark Prince always going to be able to clean up the drills very nicely. Bats get on top of the tower, and these little small mistakes, these tiny little errors are going to add up quickly. The rockets at the very end of the game, knowing Mo, he can cycle 3 rockets in 20 seconds, so you need to get that damage advantage, and so far, Mo starting off strong.
And if Pedro also has the rocket, and it's constantly defended by the delivery or Dark Prince, that rocket is nullified, AC. Obviously, you get the damage on tower, but the idea is to also take out the troops, so you're not making too large of a negative trade. And Mo Light has all the answers.
Log plus delivery, and really plus Evo Tesla and Dark Prince. I mean, half the deck is a hard counter. He can go with an early log because he has so many options. The Skellies even can be a hard counter. Skellies plus log, defending very nicely. Pedro just struggling right now.
Yeah, Pedro probably trying to do a whole lot of math in his mind to figure out how on earth do I play through this matchup. Mo on the other side has the luxury, as you said, AC, of a phenomenal matchup. So many responses. All he has to do is do what he does best. Play those Teslas, send in the miners, and defend better than anyone else in the world.
And right there, overspending with the log. You see him slightly frustrated. He knows that that wasn't the best play. And it's weird. It feels like Mo has gotten more nervous in this game, knowing that he has the matchup, knowing that he should be setting himself to the to the championship game if he plays it perfectly.
It's a really good point that you make there. It does seem like Mo is just a little bit like, I have this match. There's the rocket we're talking about. Dark Prince shield comes off. Great counter push coming in both lanes now. Bats plus miner to the left. Nothing there for the Bats. There's the Ice Wiz. Maybe a late delivery here as the Dark Prince connects. No, a Skeleton King comes down, and now a rocket out from Mo on the right-hand tower, taking the lead by 1,100.
3 seconds away from overtime, and Mohamed Light just controlling this game entirely. Set himself up so beautifully with this matchup. Skellies do come down. Rocket will get a little bit of value.
There's just no way.
There's just no way. 600 HP separating the 2 players. Another rocket going to come down. Does it catch the Ice Wiz? It will. And so this miner is just going to chip away.
AC, it's a little early, but that shot right there from the rocket may have been the nail in the coffin here for Pedro. 651. 2 rockets away is Mo Light from another grand finals at CRL World Finals.
Snowball not taking off the shield, so it's going to provide an easy defense for the Dark Prince. Delivery going to come down, 455 HP with the help of the rocket. You're going to get down to 84.
That's it.
Plus the Dark Prince. It's over.
Mohamed Light